Hello and welcome. I'm Randall and this is the CX500 Garage. Today we'll be removing the engine from my 1978 Honda CX500 in preparation for the so-called triple bypass. That involves replacement of the timing chain, the alternator stator, and the water pump mechanical seal. Let's begin. This job will be completed with simple hand tools that you probably already have in the garage. One of my favorite tools is the factory service manual. This includes detailed instructions on every repair and service point on the motorcycle. We'll be following its procedure for engine removal today. We also need a way to support the engine once it's removed from the frame. I prefer using a trolley jack and a piece of lumber. Not only is it wheeled, but I can also raise and lower the height as needed. We'll begin by removing the seat. On the standard and deluxe models, there's a release on either side of the seat, just behind the shock absorber. On the custom model, there's a bolt on each side in the same location. In any case, the front is retained by a clip under part of the frame. Once the rear of the seat is free, slide it back slightly, and off it comes. The first step in removing the fuel tank is to ensure that the petcock is closed and remove the fuel pipe. With the fuel pipe removed, we now remove the single bolt at the rear of the tank. Now we simply pull the tank back slightly, release it from the mounts in the front, clear the cables, and lift it away. It's important to place the tank somewhere where its net weight is not resting on the petcock. Next, we remove the carburetors. First, we'll remove the side cover for easy access. Remove the fuel pipe. I find it much easier to remove the carbs if this mounting plate is removed. So I'll disconnect this spark plug, loosen the front coil mount, and then we remove the three nuts from the mounting plate. I find it very convenient to insert these engine mounting bolts from the right-hand side of the bike. Then I can remove the nuts and free this plate without completely removing the bolts. Once these bolts are retracted, we disconnect the yellow ignition wire and flip this bracket out of the way. Next, we disconnect the carburetor insulators from the cylinder head. Next, loosen the hose clamp. Now slide this hose clamp out of its seat, twist the isolator, and work it off of the carburetor. This works better in June. On the right-hand side, the crankcase breather hose connects to the airbox. Squeeze the clamp, pull that off, and pull it out from between the carb brackets. Having removed both isolators, we now loosen both of the rear clamps. Free the carburetors. And with minor difficulty, slide them out to the left. After disconnecting the overflow hoses that I always forget. And set the carbs on top of the frame. With the carburetors resting firmly on the frame, we'll loosen this retaining clamp on the choke cable, and then with some slack, we'll remove it from the bracket. Then we'll move on to the main throttle cable and the throttle return cable, and also remove those from their brackets. and the carbs are out.